W7 live from the Janesville Invitational in Janesville, Wisconsin. Good Saturday morning, everybody, and welcome to Golf on W7, Girls Golf on W7. I'm Gary Whipperman. Along with me, of course, our resident golf expert and pro, Ed Swab, former president of the WPGA. Ed, thanks for joining us. As always, appreciate all that you do, not just for us, but for the sport of golf, especially for girls golf. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. Just to correct you, not president of the PGA. That would be way above my
vice president
job pay, but yes.
We'll go with vice president.
Okay.
You were a vice president, okay? Well, should have a great invitation today. Let's kind of kick things up. We're just about ready to get this first group started already, so they're getting ready to get going. What should we be looking for today, Ed?
Well, we 27th annual Janesville Parker invite. First of all, thanks to Coach John Zimmerman from Janesville Parker for inviting us. I think you said it's our first ever interaction W7 in Janesville Parker.
Of any kind, of any sport.
Kind. Yep. So we have the top three Division I high school girls teams here today: Westosha Central, Union Grove, and Middleton. Also Waunakee, who is currently ranked 6th in the state. Two of the top 4 Division II teams, the Prairie School and Jefferson. So we'll have some great golf. We have a lot of fantastic individual players who are here as well. A lot of interesting stories as the day goes on. We're here on the 8th hole at Janesville Riverside, 140-yard par 3. We'll be going over it all as the day goes on. Gary's got a shot from Skycam?
Skycam is up and active and ready to go right behind the green on the 8th hole, and you can see the ladies making their way up to the tee box and getting ready to get this party started in Janesville. We're going to be here all morning. 18 holes, shotgun start. We're on hole number 8. If you're watching as your daughter goes along playing, if she wants to stop in and do a quick interview, just tell her to come on over and we'll get just a quick 30-second interview with her and get her back on her way again. But great chance for the kids to just get some exposure. And we won't ask them to promote us in any way for crying out loud. It was just really talk about their game and what they're up to and how their season's going. So,
or if their parents, family, friends are watching along, make sure to get in the chat and let us know that you're watching.
Absolutely. So chime in on YouTube in the comments box, and we will mention your athlete by name. Trust me, as soon as this is over, these kids are all going to go watch and see what was said about them. So we're thrilled to be here. We're going to take a quick break and come back and get this thing started. As always, the W7 Nation, powered by Jolly Good Soda, putting the pop in with
W7 Live, we're back at Janesville Riverside. First shot of the day from Waunakee, Izzy Stricker. It's right on line, Gary. Bounces up, she'll have a putt for birdie. And our first group here is Izzy Stricker from Waunakee, Kylie Walker from Westosha, Nora Roberts from Union Grove, Vivian Cressman from Middleton, some of our top players in the state. Just in this first foursome, these are the number ones. Westosha, number 1 in the state. Union Grove, number 2 in the state. Middleton, number 3 in the state. They're all playing together. Waunakee, 6th in the state. So we'll see their number ones now. The rest of their teams will be through at the end of the coverage. This is.
What can we expect for this hole, Ed, and for this course in general? What are the key points to know?
Janesville Riverside is usually a very scoreable course. There's not a lot of bunkers, not a lot of water, not a lot of difficulty in it. More difficulty in the greens. We'll see on the green that we're on here today. A lot of slope in this green, especially right around the hole. Both the first 2 players have missed it to the left, which is good. If you get to the right of this hole, it's going to feed down into a valley. We'll probably see that. But generally, overall, this hole especially should be especially for these better players. 140 yards. There's a bunker right, but you'd have to hit it pretty far right to get it into that bunker. This should be a pretty easy hole. I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of birdie attempts here today.
What are they using on the tee shot, do you think? What kind of club do you use on the tee for this?
140 yards for the ladies, probably a 7-iron, maybe a 6, depending on their skill level and their distance. But
who do we got here?
This is Nora.
Yep, Nora Roberts, Union Grove.
Yep.
You mentioned last night when we were kind of doing our prep work that she's probably playing some of the best golf in the state right now.
She is. She's. You were mentioning my work with the PGA. We have a series of tournaments all over the state in the summer. She's our 2-time player of the year. Routinely shooting pretty much under par every round this fall in girls golf. So I would expect a very good round out of Nora today. Here's this shot. Looks like it's coming right at the hole. Yep, very good. She'll have a putt for birdie. Nora has been on fire all summer and all fall. Certainly been playing well. And our first group's on our way up to the green. So more about the course, Gary. Yeah, that's they're playing just a little over 5,000 yards distance, which for the better girls should be easy. For the girls who aren't quite as talented, it's still very manageable. I would think we'll have a couple scores in the 60s probably. I would not be surprised if there were a couple people 2 or 3 under par today. Shouldn't see a whole lot of scores out of the 80s and 90s. The team competition is going to be really fascinating because Westosha Central and Union Grove are in the same conference of all things, and they're number 1 and number 2 in the state. So it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out today because they've taken turns beating each other up the last 2 weeks. So it's going to be very fascinating how everything works out. Gary's over doing a little work on one of our cameras. So we're working on a little technical difficulty here. Let's go over to SkyCam. Can give you a little bit of a Gary's still working on one of our cameras, which is giving us a little bit of difficulty. So we'll go with SkyCam here. We have Izzy Stricker, Nora Roberts, Vivian Cressman all lining up birdie putts here. Looks like we've got Izzy Stricker here. She'll have about 18, 20 feet, a little bit downhill. Oh, just burned the left edge. She'll leave it about 2 or 3 feet coming back for par. Next is going to be Nora Roberts from just onto the front edge of the green. Also about the same distance. Probably go a little left or right for her. Yeah, just slid down to the low side. She'll also have a couple feet coming back. Almost exactly. Nora and Izzy are laughing because their putts ended up almost in exactly the same spot. Now Vivian Cressman a touch closer, also for birdie. And very good touch on that. Just a touch short, but very easy tap in for her par. So again, we'll have a great battle. We'll keep track of it all day. We do have going to try and enable a leaderboard here to get viewing all the live results today. But again, for the top 6 teams in the state, their number 1 players right here at the moment. Also, 2 of the top 4 Division II teams in the state. So we'll have lots of excitement all day for you here on W7.
Following this hole, we're going to take a break. We're going to do a couple quick fixes on our cameras, and we'll be right back. So don't worry if we drop, we'll be back on shortly.
The best laid plans of having everything set up, and then it didn't.
You know, I always say I'm more surprised when it works than when it doesn't.
All right, we've got Izzy Stricker now for her par. Just a couple feet back up the hill for, this should be pretty routine for her par. Right in, and that just leaves Nora to finish off her par from, again, almost exactly the same spot. Moving her ball mark back since she'd moved it out of Izzy's way. The other thing you might notice, Gary, kind of looking around at the golf course here, very wide open. Not a lot of, there are some tree-lined fairways, but you have a lot of room to miss if you hit a bad shot. So that also lends to a little bit easier conditions, a little bit better scores for the young ladies today. Nora right in for her par, and
No
we'll be back.
surprise.
We'll be right back in a minute as we try and work on some technical difficulties.